Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Creative Cosplay Corner. I am Cable Rose, your host and uber fan, all things cosplay. Today, we have from the East Coast coming to us, we've got Megan Cosplay, not cosplay. She is slaying her cosplay. So Megan Cosplay. Megan's with us. I'm really interested to see where she's going and how she got to this point. So I'm going to bring her right on, get her right started. Megan, come on to the show, introduce yourself, and just tell us about yourself.
So my name's Megan, and I started cosplay I started getting into it in 2016, and I didn't officially start and go to my first con until 2018 as Suicide Squad Harley, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, Megan, so I'm going to let everybody kind of a teaser. I stole a bunch of pictures from your Instagram, and we'll look at some of them. I want to start somewhere. We'll go somewhere, and then we'll finish somewhere. I think I already told you that. But I want to start here because this is a very popular but awesome put together. So let's talk about your Blackcat.
Blackcat.
Do me a favor. This is a comic version, standard version Blackcat. How did you get to this, and what's your background with this character?
So I never even knew she existed, really. I used to watch like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon late at night.
Yeah.
But I don't recall ever seeing her in it, or at least I don't remember. But then my boyfriend who does Spider-Man, I wanted to do like MJ and Blackcat, and I looked at his love interest, and I don't know, she just caught my eye. She's very complex. She has a lot of just a really good backstory. It's really interesting because that's also like the psychology part of the characters is really fun too.
Right. So I appreciate that. You dig into your characters. One, visually, like, all right, I dig this. But two, you just said it. What was the interest? You know, why was Batman, or excuse me, why was Spider-Man into this? What was the connection? And then you said it's a very complex background. You're going to break it down. So in your background, in your schooling, and how you see the world, you like to understand what and why somebody's doing something, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things at play when it comes to the psychology of a person and how they interact socially. So it's just interesting to see her because based on what I've read, she's hurt deep down, but she tries to hide it and make up for it by being this voluptuous character who gets an adrenaline rush from stealing and stuff like that. It's just very interesting to see.
All right. So I dig that. And then you're going to break it into is this the PS4 version?
It is.
So tell me, because it's a very different dynamic between the original character portrayal and this one. What's the difference in putting these together for like a cosplay?
For the PS4 one, it's obviously the suit's a lot different. You know, you don't have to be like very self-conscious, but it's very hot.
Okay.
And there's the armor, it's Velcroed on, and I strap it in. So it's hard. It's different to move with all the armor versus the classic where it's sleeker. I have the claws, but I'm used to it more.
Okay.
I feel more confident in actually the classic one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you both of these, and I've only seen the PS4 version I think once or twice in my realm of looking at cosplay, but the PS4 version here versus the original, and it's the same character, but it's just that portrayal. And like you said, what it looks like, what it feels like, and what it makes you think and feel when you get into these. So I always like Blackcat. Why? And you said, because this was one of those Spider-Mans and your boyfriend's a Spider cosplayer. So that made sense, right? You wanted to put them together. You had some MJs and some other love interest of Spider-Man. So I really enjoyed these. So going from Marvel, I want to jump to DC because not only is Harley a popular character. I mean, I get that. But you've gone through quite a few of the iterations of Harley. And so I want to start here. And I think I may have heard you just say this. Did you say that your first portrayal was this one? Okay. Was this your first con, or was this one of your first cons?
That was my first con ever, yeah.
Okay.
Back in 2015.
So, right. So you've got a couple of years of cosplay getting into this, but I will tell you just from watching your history of your Instagram, you've got a lot of effort. So how do you get into, I don't know what it is. Are you a seamstress? Are you a makeup artist? What was it that got like, okay, I could do this, but now I'm really going to put it into this. So tell me about that.
So I would do acting and I would play around with the makeup. So I can't sew to save my life.
Okay.
Really. So I'm more of I'll buy it and then I'll do the makeup. Everything's done by myself. I don't have like a team or anyone to help me.
Okay.
It takes me for Squad Harley 3 hours to get ready, which is very extensive and a long process. I have to get up super early before a con.
So, and I appreciate that. One of your videos was the outtake of the clip from Suicide Squad when Harley's changing in front of all the boys and you're like, you know, what, you know, whatever. And so I like, because you get into that character, you're actually into the character. So this is another version of, right? Of your Suicide Squad Harley. And do you do the voice? Do you get all into it when you go onto the cons?
Oh my God, yeah, definitely. I do everything from the voice to how she would react to something, to even how she walks. She was like that little prance and skip to her, so I do that. Or how she would grab something. Or, you know, you can be very outgoing with her. I'm a shy person, but I completely will step into the character. When I'm getting ready, I'll listen to music that I feel like goes with the character. They're going to help build me up into it.
So I like that. Not only is this a cosplay craft, but you said yourself you grew up acting and you grew up doing some of those stages. So this is literally going and stepping into the character so that you build up, you do the 3 hours of makeup, you listen to the music, and when that door opens and you walk into the con, you're going to be Harley and you're going to portray Harley. But Harley has a lot of different versions. So do me a favor. Let's talk about the original, what I would call comic or Batman Beyond, right? Is this Batman Beyond?
It's Batman the Animated Series one.
Thank you, Batman the Animated Series. So let's talk about this one here.
So I always wanted to do her. I didn't get to until recently.
Okay.
She's still in the works. I need to get a lot more stuff for her. I want to get like a giant palette. But I loved watching the animated series because she's so different from the other versions of Harley you see now. She's very comical, and she was a psychiatrist, and she became infatuated with him. And so it's just interesting because it's still Harley, but it's obviously a different version of her. So it's like that dual kind of part to her, I guess.
I like that. The portrayal in the cartoon I thought was a very fun and interesting one. But this cost, I think that's hanging over your right shoulder back there. Is that this one?
Yeah, that one, and then Blackcat's over there. I don't know if you can see it.
So you've got those now. I got the Harley, but you guys got that on, and then you got and I can't even call it what the jester little things are, and
the cowl.
The cowl, right? You got the cowl. And then, like you said, you're going to put this on. You're going to get into character. This was a fun one. But I got to talk about one because I don't ever typically see this. This is which? Arkham Asylum? Is this one of the video game versions?
Yeah, it's Arkham Knight, actually.
Arkham Knight. And this is a dark version of that Harley, right?
Yeah. The games made her a lot darker. They still kept that chaotic side to her, but she's very sinister. And I just always liked that outfit. Yeah. And I made the bat, which I was able to do. Yeah. So that's one thing I can make, but the rest, I just did the makeup work. I got the thing. Was it her costume? And yeah.
No, I thought this one turned out really good. You've got that little sassy tongue right there going, and you've got that portrayal of, like you said, a dark and a sinister version of this. So we've got movie version, we've got a comic animated series version, we have this video game version, and then this, and I don't know if this is really a portrayal or if this was just something you were like, hey, I'm walking around the house and I did my hair or whatever. What is this version?
That's from Suicide Squad as well. It's her prison outfit. I don't really do that one a whole lot.
Okay.
Just because I like to play around with the makeup and stuff a lot more. But it's when she's in jail in the movie. She's
like sipping the tea, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty easy cosplay, so it's nice not hours of work or anything.
And I don't know this. Is the hair actually colored, or was this just the chalk in?
So I actually edited it to be like that, but usually I do like the spray in, but that won't come out for a while. So that was just like a quick little thing I did.
All right. So I got to tell you, why Harley? And so you and I talked off screen just before we started, but why Harley? Why is this one of your, I mean, you've got 5 different iterations of Harley. Why? Tough question, I know.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I feel like we can all relate to her in some way. And, you know, she's a brilliant person. She was so hardworking and focused in her work. And then she found something. She dove into it. She became infatuated with it. And it's just really interesting to see, like, even in the game, there's like a psychosis mode you can do where you listen to Harley talking to Harleen. So it's just interesting to see those two sides and what's going on with her, like, psychologically, you know, thinking, oh, this is why she did this. She had a bad family life. She was trying to go on the right path, but she didn't. I just admire her gymnastic skills. I could never do a flip or anything like this, but I wish I was a good gymnast like her too.
Well, I got to tell you, Megan, I think you did a wonderful job in all of, so far, your Blackcats, even your Harleys, but you really grabbed each of those portrayals of those different types of Harley and you nailed them. I mean, they're dead
Thank
on.
you.
They're perfect. They really are. I've got 2 more I want to talk about, 2 more pictures. This one is, I think we'll call it a gender bender. You tell me what you consider this. But I got to tell you, you said you do your makeup. Holy shit. What is this? I don't know what this took, but when I was scrolling through and this one came up, I've got chill bumps even just trying to tell you about it. Tell me about this cosplay.
So I was watching The Dark Knight, and I've seen people do like a cosplay of him, and I thought, you know, maybe it'd be fun because I'm stuck in quarantine. I got nothing better to do. I'm not going anywhere. I feel like the makeup would just be really fun.
Okay.
I'm surprised it didn't blow up like I hoped it would, but it still did pretty well. And it was just so much fun to do the fake scarring and then the lines all over your face. It's really fun. It's so dark too.
I mean, the depth, the shadowing, we know what we know this scene or this character portrayal was from Heath Ledger. I think you nailed it dead on. You've got the I voted button. You've got the dress. I imagine this is like the little nurse dress thing that you got in the house. You did the hair, makeup. When I came up to this, I had to look twice. I was like, is that her, or is this maybe your boyfriend? And I looked and I was like, nope, that's her, man. That is really amazing effort to put into the Dark Knight Joker. And I think Heath was one of our greatest. And we've got some great portrayals outside of that trilogy. But yeah, man, this was pretty kick-ass when I saw you pull this off.
Thank you.
This was cool. Yeah. What's it like? Now, you did this at home. You haven't walked a con like this before.
No, I've never done that one to a con before.
Would you?
I would like to, but I would need to get the full cosplay and probably a wig instead of just, you know, taking my hair back like that. But I would love to because it would be just fun. You just walk around like you don't care.
Yep. And literally just don't care. I mean, that's literally the scene in the moment and everything. Yeah, it was perfect. So we started with some comic accurate and video game accurate Blackcats. We had all of your Harleys. I really, truly appreciate your effort here for like the gender bender and pulling off the Joker. And this might be a weird one to finish with, but I always wanted to talk about this one. So, I'm usually a DC fan. I love my Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC. But I'm always a DC. But DC has a lot of dark characters too, and then they have just those silver linings of just pure and wholesome. And we just went from Blackcat, which you said had some background and some psychological, not trauma, but efforts to try to put together. And then we went through Harley, and Harley's got a whole world of a mess. And then you showed me your Heath Ledger, your Joker, which of course is that. And then I'm just going to completely swing the pendulum. Let me talk about this Supergirl, or is it Superman?
It's Supergirl. Before I went blonder, they said I looked like the actress Melissa.
Yep.
And so it was always on my list of things I wanted to do, but I never. Think I would be able to step into it more. It's just so different because I'm so used to Blackcat, Harley, that going from dark characters to like MJ or Supergirl is like completely polar opposites. It's different. It's weird to me.
It is. And again, have you walked a con with this? Have you done anything outside of the realm with this? So I wonder what that's like, because I saw yours and you've got some amazing cosplay, but then I got to this one. I thought, man, this is just such a wholesome, just a fun piece. And so you did it just because others said that you look like her and you just wanted to portray her. And I think you nailed it. And I think you're sitting right there where you're sitting right now is where this picture was taken, right? And I think you absolutely nailed even as simple as something as simple as that Supergirl aura, that realm of Supergirl. I think you really pulled that one together. And so I wanted to go from dark and I wanted to end on a positive note, because I don't think the other ones are not negative, but just a warm fuzzy. I think this is fun. I think Supergirl's always a good one to do. And as you said you're a little bit, before you went blonder, you had that strawberry blonde. What is the
my hair was dirty blonde, but it was turning to like a brown, because all my other members have brown hair. But it still resembled hers, so I did what I could.
I think it's great. And like you said, the portrayal there for that Supergirl was dead on. It was awesome. Now, is this just one hanging up, or do you have plans to do more with this?
That's just one hanging up for right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly. I still have to take, when Comic-Cons do happen again.
Yep.
I still have to take that Arkham Knight Harley, all sorts of different versions. And then once I feel like I'm kind of burnt out with one character, I'll take a break, take the other one to the con, and then I'll be able to balance out more. So I don't know. We'll see. No,
I dig it. Megan, I appreciate you coming today. I'm like I said, I'm a retired dude that just sit around and started a YouTube show. But I really like to bring cosplayers into this forum, and then I want to give you the floor. I want to let you speak to your audience, your fans, your friends, anybody that's in cosplay or not in cosplay. This is your time to just kind of tell anybody what you want to say. Is there anything that you'd like to tell your audience or say to people out there?
I guess the only thing would be is people say it's a very welcoming community, and it is, but it will get very competitive and people will try to like screw you all over. But you just have to, as hard as it might be, from personal experience, you have to pick yourself up. You have to dust yourself off and say, okay, I'll never do that again. Or I made friends with this person, and as long as you just support each other and don't tear yourself down. Okay. Because I do that. I'm very self-critical. So just always be sure to keep going forward and say something nice about yourself, even if it's in your head, because we usually do that. We say, oh, I look terrible. No, we are our own worst critics.
Yes. Well, Megan, I think it's a beautiful approach to the world of cosplay. I also think it's a beautiful approach to self-love. I'm all about the positivity and supporting yourself, because if we don't love ourselves first, then it's going to be hard to love somebody else as well. I like that a lot. So I know not everything's a warm fuzzy and rainbows and unicorns, and I know not everybody's got good intentions. So I do appreciate the reality of that. You said it right there. Sometimes you get kicked in the shin, you just got to rub it off and stand back up and keep on keeping on. And so I think it's a pretty powerful statement. I think you bring it to your craft. I think you bring it to your effort. I would, on the side, like to know your playlist before you get into your Harley. I'm kidding. I think it's pretty cool though, right? You're going to pick that music list, you're going to put in your buds, and you're going to start doing your thing. And next thing you know, you walk out and we've got a Harley Quinn walking through the con. So I do. To yourself and your boyfriend, I think the fact that you guys are couples that cosplay together, stay together. You ever heard that term?
No, I have now.
Yeah, I like it. I've got we had a couple from Japan, him and his wife, they both cosplay. They met cosplaying, dated, got married, and then they're in the military. Now they moved off to Japan and they're in Japan doing cosplay in Japan. And so I think it's a great thing. Couples that cosplay,
Mhm.
families that cosplay together. My daughter and I are going to be Inspector Gadget and Penny and Brain. We're going to get a little
Oh,
stuffed dog and we're going to be Inspector Gadget for one of our next cons. So I think it's a beautiful world. You're right. It isn't always rainbows and unicorns. So sometimes you just got to be safe, be smart, and keep moving forward. I love it. It's a great Disney quote. It's a great Meet the Robinsons. Have you ever seen the movie Meet the Robinsons?
I
That's the
have.
whole that's the whole genre of the film is just keep moving forward. I think it's great. So Megan, for being here today, I just want to tell you I appreciate you as a creative cosplay corner and having this platform. I appreciate you coming on to share your craft and share your passion. And to everybody else out there, this was Megan Cosplay. She's slaying her cosplay. And Megan, tell us goodbye, and we'll see you here soon.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. But it was great talking to you. Hopefully see you guys again and see you at a con eventually, hopefully.
Yes. Fingers crossed, right? Megan said it.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed we're going back to cons eventually. So be safe, be kind, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.